7th in here, and I bring you a Zing Shaddoll deck profile. The deck has some synergy with the fact that all of the Zing monsters have different attributes, so that's good. But I don't really use the fusions that much. It's basically just a small engine for the deck, but it's actually pretty good. The deck itself is actually not bad. Used it a few times against my friends, and won most of the duels. It's kind of a trolley deck, kind of can aggravate your opponents. So, I was just building it. Now let's get to the deck profile. First of all, for the 3 of the Zing monsters, I use 3 Jiatao. Pretty self-explanatory. The single best card of the deck because it can allow you to get out your combos first turn and be able to get summon Bexaya with trap resistance and 500 plus attack points. That's really good. Next, 3 Chiwen. Pretty good card. Allows you to be able to make combos when you crash your monsters and your opponent monsters, so you can special summon 2 monsters at the same time. This card and any monster you special summon from the Zing monsters effect that you crashed. So this is really good. Next, 3 Bixie. Best card, one of the best non-tuners in the deck, just because it allows for a lot of level manipulation because it's level 2. It goes great with Swanee and Jiatao because you make Bexaya with it, and it's just really good. Plus, it allows it to be immune to trap cards. Next, 2 Swanee. Just gives them monster 5 on attack points plus a 19 RP stick, so that's really good. Next one, Tatai. This card's effect doesn't really do anything. It has the same effect as all the other ones that, especially when it's destroyed and stuff, but his actual effect for single summoning isn't that good. It's just it can't be switched. The card can't switch sides, so that's not really that good. But it's level manipulation. 1 Beyond, or the Zing. This card is really good with Chiwen for going for Arclight, so you can actually basically stall a lot. Every card in hand and main deck gets banished and sent to the graveyard. But not on the field, of course. But it can negate stuff and also can't be short of battle because of this card. That's really good. 1 Pulao. It doesn't really do much other than the fact that it's good for level manipulation. Monsters that they use for this aren't affected by spell cards. That's really good, but doesn't really do anything else. As for the Zing cards, I went to the Shaddoll engine. I used 2 Shaddoll Beast, not Beast, 2 Shaddoll Dragon. It's basically just an MST. It doesn't really do anything else, but it's good. 2 Shaddoll Squamata. This is the main Shaddoll card in the deck. It just allows you to send your Shaddoll monsters from deck to graveyard and get their effects off. So you can send like a dragon or a beast to their graveyard and be able to just draw a card or pop a spell trap card. Next to 2 Beast. Basically just the draw card of the deck. It's really good. It doesn't really do anything else. Finally, 1 Hedgehog. Basically just searches out your Shaddoll monsters. Doesn't really do anything else. I don't use Falco because I don't really like it because it sets the cards, not special summons in attack position or face-up defense positions. That's like not very good in the deck because you synchro summon a lot, so I wouldn't use Falco. Finally, 1 Mathematician just because you can send your Shaddoll monsters or your Chiwen if you need to, and you get draw once destroyed a battle. So that's pretty good. Now into the spell cards. I don't use too many spells. I believe I use like 8 or 9. 3 Zing Path, definitely best spell card in the deck by far. It allows for a lot of consistency, allows you to draw cards, allows you to shuffle back your dead Zing monsters in the deck like Beyond or Pulao if you really need to. I don't know, send back Pulao back to the deck, but good if you needed to. First, like Beyond or Swanee. That's definitely the best reason to use this card. Plus it draws. Next, 2 Dark Hole. Really good for setting up a first from Bexaya because you can summon something you don't need for your Zing monster. Use Dark Hole. Pop your monster and your opponent's monsters too. You can pop them too. And especially when Jiatao with your monster's effect. And then you can discard 2 Zing monsters and go for Bexaya and shuffle back all their back or pendulum skills or anything they have. So, really good. I don't have much else to say about it. 1 MST. I don't have a Twin Twister for the deck. I have it in other decks, so I can't use it in this one. But MST does the job just as well. Because I do have Dragon, and that's a lot more consistent than using MST or Twin Twister, just because it's searchable, and it can send it from the deck to graveyard with like Foolish or Mathematician. Next, actually, the Foolish Burial. Probably really good spell card. Well, probably one of the best spell cards in the deck, actually. It's really good. Even though it's a few spell cards. This and Foolish Burial. This and Zing Path are probably the 2 best spell cards in the deck. Just because they allow for a lot of consistency, like you can use this to send a Squamata, this and Dragon, or Beast. I've sent Beast with this before, and I was able to draw Zing Path, and then use that to draw 2 cards, and I was able to win from there. I believe I had nothing in my hand before. so that was really good. Next one, Shaddoll Fusion. This is the only Shaddoll Fusion I have in the deck. It does the job well enough. You don't really need your fusion monsters that much, but it's good. That's all really for the so that's all for the spell cards. Next one, Zing Creation. Really good card. Does lock you out of your fusion monsters. Like I said earlier, you don't really need them. But it's basically for going for backside your opponent's turn, because if you have like 2 Zing monsters and you get a third one, you can activate this. Your opponent attacks in one of your monsters. Well, when your opponent attacks in one of your monsters, destroy special summon 2, and then you use one of their effects to backside everyone's turn. Just a really good combo overall. Kind of funny too to see what their reaction is being backside on their own turn. Really good card. Next 2 Sinister Shadow games. You only use this at 3 just because you have so few Shaddoll monsters, only at least 7. So yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory to send Shaddoll monsters back to graveyard. I would barely use it to flip effect ever. You don't really ever set your Shaddoll monsters. It's basically used for a great effect. That's it. 2 Mirror Force. If you have noticed, my Bujin deck also had a Mirror Force. You're going to find that a lot of decks I have that use track cards have at least 1 or 2 Mirror Force. You can substitute for this for literally anything you want. I just use it because I like the card and it's pretty useful sometimes. Next one, Shaddoll Namor. This card's pretty self-explanatory. Don't really need to go into this. It's just a good card overall. Next one, Bottomless Trap Hole. Same thing, pretty much. Just self-explanatory. You don't really need to. I don't need to explain this. Everyone knows what this thing does, and it's just a really good card overall. Next one, Vanity's Emptiness. This card's really good for stalling, and it can lock your opponent out. If you already like a big side in the field, you can just use this card, and your opponent can't really do anything. Next one, Torrential Tributes. This is actually really helpful. Same thing as Dark Hole, except you can use it when your opponent summons a monster. So instantly just Dark Hole everything, and then it restarts. But of course, this is the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, and you can Torrential Tribute a field of 5 your opponent has, and they'll come back even stronger because of Cosmos. Hate the deck. Salt. Skill Drain. Pretty self-explanatory, just a related card. Your Ying Zing and Shaddoll monsters don't activate in the field, they activate in the graveyard. So that's the only Ying Zing Shaddoll the only monsters in the deck that actually activate on the field in the main deck are Mathematician and Jiatao. So yeah, this card's really good overall, just don't really need to explain it. That's it for the spell trap cards and monsters. That's it for the main deck. On to the extra deck. 2 big side, definitely best card in the extra deck. You don't ever actually need to summon 3, so I wouldn't ever use 3, but this card's really good in just every situation. Because you can use first effect to shuffle back cards among controls into the deck, and second effect to special monsters from your graveyard, or Shaddoll monsters, actually. And also, you can use a card to target a Shaddoll monster, pop it, and special monster from your deck. Well, special monster from your graveyard, then use Shaddoll monster, like Shaddoll Squamata's effect to send a Shaddoll monster from deck to your graveyard. Yeah, so you get all confused. Yazi. Basically Diamond Dire Wolf, and it can be targeted. So it can get over Dark Destroy actually if you use Swanee for its special, and it can't be targeted by Dark Destroy, so it's kind of hard for them to get over sometimes. It's really good. Some Chao Fang. Never summoned this card, I haven't ever needed to, but it's actually pretty good against Cosmo just because you can summon it with like a Jiatao or a Shiwen. You can use both, sadly, because they're both tuners, and you can only use 1 tuner for this guy. But you can use Jiatao for this guy, and you special summon him, and your opponent can't activate the Dark Destroyer's effects or like Wicked Witch or anything that's dark. Or you can use Shiwen, and they can activate like Farm Girl or Foreigner, so that's really good. Next one, Overfire Ballong. This thing is basically a Monster Reborn for Vexaya. You can target him and a monster in your graveyard, special it, and then use his effect to special another one for your graveyard, so it's pretty good. Next one, Herald of the Arclight. It's pretty good. It's really good for stalling and banishing cards. If replacing something like Mermails or Infernoids, you can just banish everything. Because a lot of stuff activates like hand and deck. Next one, Armory Arm. You can probably trade this out for Trishula and have a free Trishula for the deck. I wouldn't really suggest using this. Just take this thing out for Trishula. Please don't use this thing. Next one, Black Rose Dragon. Yeah, just a really good synchro monster. There's no reason not to play it in a deck I can make it. It's just also one of my favorite synchro monsters. Just so good. Next one, Star Eater. You don't need to play this thing also. You can play it for something else, but it's good. You can probably set this out for Leo. but it's good. On Formula Synchron, I actually like this card just because you can use it Chion and Pulau, and then you can use it for even bigger stuff, like, well, anything else, I guess. And you get to draw a card. That's the main reason you probably use it, just to draw a card. But that's it for the Synchro monsters. Now to the actual Shaddoll fusions. Next one, Winda. Definitely the best of Shaddoll monsters. You can only special them once per turn, which is really good and can be destroyed with card effects. It was up at battle. And you can destroy card effects, so it's good. Next one, Greasta. Bliss is used to stop special summoning, I believe. Yeah. And you discard a Shaddoll card from your hand, I believe. All the Shaddoll monsters have the same fact that you can add a Shaddoll spell card from your graveyard to your hand, and when they're destroyed, everyone already knows that. And finally, Shekanaga. This one, I believe, stops monster effects or special summon. It's one of these two. One of these two stops special summoning, and one of them stops monster effects. So these guys are good for just stall again. And good for all offense too, because they both have pretty decent attack points, 24, 50, and 26. So that's really good. Plus 3,000 defense. That's it for the fusion monsters. That's it for the deck profile. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe, or leave a comment. Taking suggestions for the deck profile. I'm probably doing a Chronali deck profile later in the week. Take it to local, see how it does. Probably going to do pretty bad. But that's it. Beta77 signing out. Bye.